Chelsea. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I share my thoughts, opinion and comments on all things Chelsea, both the men and the women's team. So this morning I woke up, I logged into YouTube, just wanting to check things, and I saw this video recommended by YouTube from TalkSport. In my recommendations, I saw 3 Chelsea fans. I said, oh my goodness, let me have a listen to what that might be interesting. I see 3 Chelsea fans: Jason Cundy, Rory and Sean Wallace, the Dark Destroyer from the Chels. I follow him also on the Chels. I said to myself, okay, it's been recommended by YouTube. Let me have a listen. And and I listened to this, and oh my goodness me, Jason Cundy, he boldly proclaims that Chelsea is going to win the Premier League this season. I don't know why I'm laughing. Honestly, he says it with his chest. Let's
I think that's important.
And of course, there's 3 Chelsea fans. I don't know what that sounds like to the listeners out there, by the way. They've got 3.
We'll try to be objective and partisan, I think. I think that's important.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
You get that from me, always.
And same with me.
Yeah. It's just Jason we'll have to keep in check.
What do you mean?
No, you're the only one who can't do that. I'm never biased. I always say it as it is rather than through a particular lens.
I think Rory is telling the truth there. Jason Cundy. This is a Chelsea fan who wears his heart on the sleeve in as far as Chelsea is concerned, and he is biased. He's denying it here, but he's absolutely biased. Nothing wrong
On the other hand, you let your Chelsea
Nothing
love
wrong with that. Keep
drive
doing
you'd
that,
say.
Jason.
Give me an example.
Oh, thousands. Chelsea are going to win the league. How about that?
What's wrong with that?
I think that you're saying that through bias.
No, I'm not. No, I have never said that before in my life. I've been working there 21 years. Never said it before.
Well, you never thought Chelsea were going to win?
I never said it.
Really?
I said it 10 years ago when we finished 10th the previous season. And the reason why I said it is because we had Conte coming in. And I said to anybody...
Fair play. He's never predicted that Chelsea is going to win the league. Or Chelsea have won several leagues. But Jason Cundy, he says he's worked at TalkSport for 21 years. He's never predicted that Chelsea was going to win the league. Fair play. Fair play. So,
Listen, Conte...
do we believe him this time?
He knows how to win leagues. So I was with my mates in Grenada and we lost 3-0 to Arsenal. And I was getting a load of stick. And I said, all he's going to do is tweak and adjust. 13 games later, 13 successive victories. We're top of the league, and guess what? We won it.
Well, that was the game, actually. We're 3-0 down. He went to 3 at the back,
time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
which changed
Absolutely.
the course of our season.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why. Listen, for anyone listening, if you're not a Chelsea fan, you don't turn off now. No, don't turn off.
Yeah.
But here's the reason why I think we can win the title, right? 1, we have a squad of young players.
Number 1.
Right? That discipline was a massive problem last year.
Yeah. And no leadership.
And that is something that can be remedied very quickly, very easily.
I think so.
This is not a big, huge turnaround of like a squad changing. We from winning points at home, we lost so many points at one stage, and it may still well be the case. We lost the most points at home.
Absolutely. I agree with the gentleman there. We didn't have any discipline in terms of red cards, in terms of seeing games out. That was a disaster. Now, who do we have there? We've had a couple of very experienced players signed in, over 30s, a couple of over 30s and late 25s who've been signed in. Lacroix, very good player as well, very good defender from Crystal Palace. We've got Danny Welbeck, who's been signed from Brighton, and also we've got Jordan Henderson. So let's see how this progresses. Yeah, I agree with the gentleman there. Lack of discipline, there was lack of experience in closing games out, and we suffered for that because everyone was just young and there was no leadership. So we suffered like that last year. Let's see how this improves with what has been brought in. But then let's just listen.
For when leading, losing the most points, that can be remedied very quickly. I'm not saying we're going to win every single game, okay? The fact we got Cole Palmer and João Pedro having been rested throughout the World Cup, that is for me is a massive plus. Those two, in particular, Cole looked like he was way off it towards the end of the season.
Well, to be fair, I think what happened last year, he played non-stop football. When we won the Club World Cup, I mean, he was the player of the tournament. And I suppose he must have thought, in a year's time, I'm going to be playing in the World Cup final, hopefully, for England. Yep. But remember, he got that injury against West Ham, and he never really recovered. And it did take some time. And, he was off the pace from what we saw of him 2 seasons previously. I think he's going to have a stellar season. I think he feels that he's got a lot to prove. and I think he's going to go out and prove it.
You know your logic there, where you said that your rationale for saying that Chelsea could win the league previously, a decade or so ago, when Antonio Conte came in, we were 10th the previous year. It had all gone wrong under Mourinho. Conte came in, and you could see a world where we could win a league, and a lot of that was traceable to Conte's record of winning titles.
Absolutely, yeah.
Would you extend that same courtesy to Xabi Alonso?
Absolutely, because remember, 2 years ago he went through an unbeaten domestic season in Germany, and he only lost one game, and that was against Atalanta.
Ademola Lookman and that, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he got the hat-trick.
Yeah.
So I think he's the type of manager that Chelsea needed at this particular time. Stern discipline, and I'm glad that the powers that be at Chelsea have basically allowed him to have that free rein in terms of getting in the players that he wants, as opposed to the philosophy which we were adopting at the time, which was a false economy, because we won the Conference League and the Club World Cup, and the Chelsea hierarchy said, look, it works. Well, what we lacked was leadership. What we lacked was experience. And as you say, Jason, it laid bare last season, where, as I say, from winning positions, we just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
And the red cards, our discipline was a massive problem last season.
Yes, absolutely.
It was everyone, though. It was Enzo Maresca was getting sent off.
It was embarrassing. It was, and you can't look at that as a Chelsea fan and reflect on that with anything else other than just embarrassment. And we were getting players sent off almost every single weekend. And you're right, the Maresca one was a little bit unlucky. He went running down the touchline, and he got himself sent off. These things can happen for managers, but on the field, our discipline, and that's why Jordan Henderson been brought in. That's why Danny Welbeck's been brought in to actually instill standards at a club, and we lack
experience,
that.
And experience, which we desperately need. Yeah.
I don't know how you feel, guys. Do you have confidence like this? Myself, personally, I will do my predictions on where I think Chelsea is going to land at the end of the season. But to say Chelsea is going to win the Premier League, I'm not saying that. But I think Chelsea is going to be in the top 4. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Chelsea is going into the top 4, and they will be playing Champions League football after that. And they will be playing Champions League football no matter what. I have confidence that Xabi Alonso will take us back to playing Champions League. In as far as getting the Premier League, I'm not that bold. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you think Chelsea is going to do it this year? If you do, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please do take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. Until I see you in the next one, after Chels, as always.